From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
I welcome into The Horse's Mouth, the BTL segment with my friend Brian Sexton, and brought to you by our friends at YOLO Rum. That's right, you only live once. We're here at Tommy Mac's at my bar, where we always are. Everyone has a shot to have a seat, have a little beverage if they like, and tell their story. This time around, talking a little real estate, a little education, a little mortgage and whatever, mortgage industry and whatever else comes to mind. So let's welcome in the panel. Ben Hakimian is here from Hakimian Holdings. How are you, Ben?
Great, fantastic.
Great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You've been in Jacksonville, what'd you say, 1978?
78.
All right. What brought you to Jacksonville?
Education.
Okay.
Going to school.
Yeah. And then you've been here ever since. You guys obviously a real estate holding company, own and operate, I imagine?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
How many properties are in the...
About 38.
38?
Yeah.
Do you every year try to target, one or two acquisitions? Or all acquisitions, right? You don't develop, no ground up.
And we don't sell, so...
And you don't sell?
Yeah.
Long-term holdings?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge? How do you...
finding good deals.
Okay.
And that fits the criteria that we have and everything else. It's just, the more time you put into looking to make sure that the asset fits your portfolio and everything else. Right. Those are the assets we're looking to hold long term. So, so it has to fit, meaning there are areas that are declining, there are areas that are improving. You want to be in the areas that are improving, not in the areas that if you're holding long term.
Yeah, absolutely. Ride those waves, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They come. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Lorrie Blitch is here from the Magellan Academy. How are you, Lorrie?
I'm well, thank you.
Tell us about the Academy, please.
Oh my, we've been in business for 25 years.
All right.
We had quite a couple schools here in Jacksonville, very large schools. Still have one in Deerwood Park.
Okay.
And we had one in Phoenix that I just recently sold and had it for 12 years out there.
All right.
And Phoenix was a great market.
Cool.
But loved Phoenix, but I had to get back to Florida.
What's the foundation of the Academy?
It's Christian-based traditional education.
Okay.
Patriotic focus, because my husband and I are both retired naval officers.
Oh, well, thank you for your service, and your husband, too, please.
Yes, and so we wanted to, no indoctrination. We wanted a pure form of education.
Okay, great. That's fantastic.
Yes, no grooming here.
Yeah, and just straightforward education, right?
Yes.
Like we learned back in the day kind of deal?
Exactly.
All right, with a little mix, I'm sure, a little twist here, man.
Of course.
Yeah, well,
Making
great
it
to
fun.
have you. Appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you.
All right, my old friend, John O'Connor. How are you,
Good.
man?
Hey,
Now,
good,
Prosperity Home Mortgage. You have that
Prosperity
for
Home
quite a bit.
Mortgage,
yeah. I used to go to you for my mortgage opportunities.
Right,
Great
right.
to have you on the show.
Thank you.
How's business? Tell us about the mortgage industry and Prosperity.
Business is pretty darn good.
Okay.
Prosperity is owned by Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay.
So we have the power and the might and the brand behind Prosperity. Berkshire Hathaway bought that company about 7 years ago because they wanted their own for somewhat obvious reasons, and I spent a long time with I spent a long time with a bigger institution before finding this gig. I've been with Prosperity for 5 years, and really it's the best gig I've had in 30 years.
All residential?
All residential.
All residential. All right, fantastic.
Yeah, he is the preferred mortgage provider of the Sexton household.
All right, man, that's a nice feeder system.
We'll talk later about what the endorsement fee is.
Yes, indeed. That's at least a point and a half. Right. Good to see you, man. How are you?
Good.
That's great. Now, you guys, that's how you know each other?
Yeah, I'm married to a pretty successful realtor.
Oh, I know. I know Jennifer, of course. That's great.
Speaking of feeder systems.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm sitting at a bar?
No doubt.
Right?
Yeah, right out of third.
Jennifer's helped me put food on the table for over 20 years.
That's
It's been a wonderful relationship. I might be her second or third or fourth. No, well, with the three boys, maybe her fifth favorite guy.
Ben, how about when you're, I know you're commercial, but when you're looking at interest rates, throughout all your holdings.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be patient. I would imagine.
Real estate is really truly, we're talking about Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett, is a patient man's game or woman's game, or person's game.
Yeah, sure.
And if you have that and you could wait it out long term, it's always a win-win. Where you get in trouble is just when you're thinking short term.
So to build a successful business like you obviously have, it needs to be generational, right? I mean, you have to have people in the family who will have that vision,
of course,
so they can take it and grow it.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So you have your family involved?
I have 6 children and 4 grandchildren.
Congratulations.
And all of them are in the business, and all of them gone through the whole schooling of whether it be in terms of the real estate or the MBAs and such, and they're all taking training, whether it would be working for CBRE or working for the different banks and such. I mean, so before they join the firm.
You get a little experience.
It is to me, if you look around, real estate is a fantastic business for have family grow into it and everything else, because there are other family who have different businesses, but it's difficult to bring the family in. But the real estate is one of those that you could do that.
John, maybe you'll agree with this, and Ben, weigh in on this, and you too. It seems like real estate is the best way for the average person to create wealth. To create a business and wealth.
It is a must, and I think I recommend for every person who's thinking long term to have some kind of whether it be their own homes, and whether it be their other real estate, or if you're not into commercial, being able to buy homes and then rent them out. So because before you know it, if you're renting, at some point the bank say, thank you very much, and you paid off, and then you look at the asset is it paid for, and you didn't pay for it. The tenants pay for it, or the clients pay for it.
Sure.
So those are but it has to be long term. And I was reading a book by Bill Gates, was talking about people overestimate the next 2 years and underestimate the next 10 or 15 years. But if you tell people you buy such an asset and over time it becomes this valuable, nobody has that patience. Everybody wants to double and triple their money in the next 2 years.
Absolutely.
So if you work into your apply patience, is a fantastic investments for long.
All right, listen, we got to wrap it up. This is a great conversation. Before we do, it's a Beat Teal segment. I'm going to ask each one of you, what does it mean to be teal here in Jacksonville? John, you go first.
What's it mean to be teal? Well, I'm totally invested personally in Jacksonville and the people, the culture. As far as my experience has been since the Jaguars were born, the way people are all in with the Jaguars says a lot about being teal, to the point where I've gone back to where I kind of take my experience with the Jaguars almost as with a child's view.
Yeah, sure.
I root for the team, win or lose. I don't pick apart all the details.
No, you let me do that.
I like the I like the people with the organization.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I mean, I don't know.
Listen, being teal is more than about Jaguars. It's about North Florida. It's about Jacksonville. The Jaguars are the smallest market in the league. They got to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're just having a hard time getting past the Eagles. Mr. Philadelphia.
Lorrie, how about you? A little quicker than John, if you want.
That's all right. That's okay.
Good
I
answer,
just like
John.
Jacksonville. I remember my husband and I came across here. We were mobilized for Operation Desert Storm back in the early 90s. We came through Jacksonville, and I said, I like this place. I just get a good feel. It just has a great vibe here. It's just a wonderful city, a great culture.
Great answer. All right, Ben, last word. What does Be Teal mean to you? You've been here since 7 years.
My experience has been, I traveled throughout the country and everything else. And early on, I was in Omaha, Nebraska, and I have friends there, and I have friends other places and everything else. And really, truly, I don't think the people in Jacksonville know how wonderful this place is, and how great the opportunities is great. If a lot of people are moving to Florida, and if you move into Florida, if you compare to the South, if you're coming here for the weather and the river and the lifestyles and taxes and such and everything else, Jacksonville is a bargain basement.
In that regard, it is.
It is the best deal in town, and you're surrounded by nothing but good and good news happening.
True.
Florida in general is a fantastic place to be in, like versus Texas. And Jacksonville, I think, is one of the hidden gems. If you go to South Florida, you're talking about the growth is already there. You're dealing with some of the challenges with growth and everything else, but here is really truly
the people keep it here.
Right.
The great people of Jacksonville. Thank you all for your answers and thanks for being here. All right, that'll do it for us this time around. Make sure you check out their great profiles. This conversation and many, many others. Just go to the dailynewsnetwork.com website. Until next time, y'all stay safe out there. Be cool. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
Even though we do have two different liquors, it's still one name. It's YOLO Rum, and at the end of the day, it's how you feel. And YOLO Rum, you only live once, and that's more prevalent. That's becoming more prevalent as far as the attitude and the mindset with how people live their lives. And it's not about how it used to be as far as people doing dumb stuff out here. It's more of they're understanding the value of their life. And if we can bring that presence of the meaning behind life and what it means to fulfill whatever you need to fulfill in your life that makes you feel enjoyable about what you're doing, that's what YOLO will bring out as well.